Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, Zones. Welcome back to the TWAB. How have you been? It might seem a bit odd to ask you that, since we are speaking in this medium to a broad audience. But the important thing is, we care about you and hope you're doing well. It's another exciting week in the world of Destiny. The story continues to play out through several missions. No spoilers here, but it's been fun watching you experience the story as it unfolds week over week. This week's Nightfall is a tough one in the Corrupted, but if you rise to the challenge, you have your first shot at earning Horus Lease, which we're going to be reviewing by the way. And on the PvP side, this week is your first chance to take advantage of short cooldowns with Solo 3.0 by having some fun in Mayhem. Now, control those zones. Control is a staple mode in the Crucible. It's a hybrid of traditional deathmatch mode of racking up points by defeating enemies and an objective mode where you get points for controlling capture points. But what if it was indeed all about the zones? As we teased out in a previous TWAB, zone control will become available in Crucible Labs starting next week. It's going to then stick around for the rest of the season, the Haunted, except for during Iron Banner. Some of you may remember zone control from back in the OG Destiny time frame. This mode is more of a traditional objective mode where the only way to score points is to control those zones. It was actually one of the most popular, if not the most popular, game mode for sweats. It's a simple premise, but there are a few things you should know to help your fire teams be more successful and strategic. Stacking players on the zones is going to capture them far quicker than trying to go at it solo. It can be a little easier to slip one player behind enemy lines to try to take a zone, but they're going to have to pull some heroics for longer periods of time. Controlling an area and being able to safely gather 3 or more guardians is the most efficient way to cap a zone. Just watch out for a well-placed Nova Bomb. Now capture times: 1 guardian, 22.5 seconds. Hot damn, that is long. 2 guardians, 10 seconds. And 3+ guardians caps out at 7.5 seconds. Now the initial capture is going to give you 1 point, and you'll get 2 points for every 15 seconds you hold a zone after that. So keeping a zone has more value than initially capturing it. The first team to 125 points wins. If a team falls too far behind, and we detect that even if they held 2 zones for the rest of the match, they wouldn't get enough points to catch up, a mercy rule will come into effect. Now those are the basics. We will be monitoring the conversation and looking forward to all the feedback you provide on how this mode plays in Destiny 2. Now speaking of controlling zones, tomorrow, Trials of Osiris will feature the zone capture variant. It will also be Trials rank bonus weekend, so jump in and make Saint 14 proud. Alright, so zone control is back. No lie, I know everybody here, at least most PvP players, hates objective game modes. Zone control was actually one of my favorites. Now, Pride Strike Team. Hi friends, we are back this week with our next installment from the Pride Strike Team, the history of Pride at Bungie. Back in before times, Bungie sponsored the Seattle Pride Parade several years in a row. It started in 2017, shortly after the Bungie Diversity Committee was formed, and we were both a sponsor and participant for that year, 2018 and 2019. This would have continued into 2020, but the parade was canceled with the start of the pandemic, and in 2018, we also released Bungie's first inclusion, diversity, and equity pin emblem combo, the Pride pin and True Colors emblem, as well as Bungie Pride t-shirts, which you can see in these pictures. In 2019, we collaborated with several other studios to join the parade. With the move to remote work, the next few years were smaller and more focused on digital options. In 2020, we ran an email series that shared stories about celebrations of various awareness months. That series shared stories about historical figures, called out prominent industry figures, pointed out local LGBTQ+ owned businesses, and closed with a call to action to focus on what people can do to help beyond simple awareness. We also had a movie night featuring critically acclaimed movie Moonlight. This was relatively low-key compared to the participation in the Pride Parade, but at the same time, some extremely exciting conversations were sparked that would lead to formation of Trans at Bungie later that year. Now, 2021 was similar when Pride was driven by Trans at Bungie. We delivered an email series featuring employees sharing their stories and codenames Game Night, and another movie night, this time featuring Saving Face. This year was also the first time we had a major Pride-related push outside of June. To quote a friend on the Pride Strike team, we're not gay just 1 month of the year. In November of 2021, we released Bungie's first free IDE-related emblem, Be True. Additionally, we have one of the first in-game messages celebrating the new emblem and communicating our stance supporting the trans community. We've heard from many how big a positive impact these efforts made, and we continue to every week. Thank you for that. Now, we also wanted to call out the charitable impact we've made, summing up everything we made as of May 31st, 2022 from the Pride pin. It's just shy of 480,000. That's all thanks to the efforts of the team to create this initiative and the amazing community we've had that supports our beliefs. If you haven't checked out our new Pride emblem, you can read more about that in this TWAB. Beyond this, we've got some fun plans coming for the future of celebrating Pride at Bungie. We can't quite speak to them yet, but we promise they will be colorful. XOXO Bungie Pride Strike Team. All right, fellas, get that emblem? Got a code? Moving on though, resolved issues. Earlier this week, hotfix 4.1.0.3 was released to the world. Below is a list of some of the issues that were resolved with this hotfix. I'm not even gonna say that word. 3rd. Ornament for Celestial Nighthawk was unavailable to equip. Some players were missing Void and Arc subclass unlocks. Players cannot use armor synthesis. Now, Airborne Effectiveness issue. We're currently investigating an issue where some exotic armor pieces are not granting the advertised Airborne Effectiveness stat correctly when equipped. The affected exotic armor pieces are as follows: Sealed Homkar's Grass, Lion Rampant, Peacekeepers, Peregrine Greaves, Wings of Sacred Dawn. This is working correctly, but doesn't state in the description that the bonus is only active when Tome of Dawn aspect is equipped. Ah, okay. Also, players who have donated towards the GCX celebration should expect all donation emblems to be distributed around the week of June 27, 2022. Still a number of known issues here. I see nothing about anti-barrier sidearm. Bungie, what the hell? Where is that? Outside of that, I want to touch on a story that I came across today from Destiny Bulletin. Essentially, Destiny 2 cheat maker agrees to pay $13.5 million in damages over a lawsuit settlement. I love stories like this. If you make cheats, just know it might cost you a lot of cheese. In August 2021, Bungie filed a lawsuit against 3 cheat creators for Destiny 2, Veteran Cheats, Lobby Cheats, and Elite Boss Tech. It looks like a decision has been made, and the Destiny 2 cheat maker, Elite Boss Tech, has agreed to pay $13.5 million in statutory damages. That is nuts. It blows my mind that there's that much money in cheats, right? Like, guys, come on, just get good. In March 15, 2022, Elite Boss Tech and an individual, Robert Nelson, issued a series of denials of Bungie's lawsuit and demanded to face a jury despite several allegations. As reported by Torn Freak earlier this month, on June the 9th, the lawsuit reached an agreement between both parties. Bungie and Elite Boss Tech, where the Destiny 2 cheat maker, will pay $13.5 million in damages. According to the report, the cheat software was downloaded around 6,765 times. Really? That's it? That cost them $13.5 million? Good lord! Now, the Destiny 2 software module has been downloaded 6,765 times, and each such download constitutes an independent provision of circumvention device in violation of 17 USC 1201A, whatever. The motion reads. Judgment will be entered against defendant in the amount of $13.5 million, representing statutory damages of $2,000 per violation. Oh, okay. Good lord, man. What about Perfect Game? You know there was thousands of download on Perfect Game. Now, last year, Bungie teamed up with Riot Games to tackle another major cheat creator for Destiny 2 and Valorant, Gator Cheats, which ended in Bungie and Riot Games' favor. The cheat seller agreed to pay $2 million in damages. Shortly after that, Bungie and Ubisoft filed a lawsuit against another Destiny 2 and Rainbow Six Siege cheat maker, Ring 1. In March 2022, several Destiny 2 content creators and Bungie themselves were hit by a series of copyright strikes on their YouTube channel. Bungie took swift action against the senders of this fraudulent takedown and filed a lawsuit. Bungie will be entitled to $150,000 for each fraudulent takedown that willfully infringed Bungie's copyrights. Good God. In some ways, like, I don't know how much this is costing them legally, but you almost want to let a cheat maker make cheats for your game and then just sue the piss out of them, I guess. Seems like it's working out here. At the same time, as a player, that's terrible because I hate going against cheaters. Now, it doesn't happen as often anymore, but back in the day, oh, it was ridiculous. It was like every other Trials game, we were going up against cheaters. It was the most demoralizing thing I've ever faced. I wanted to quit Destiny. No lie. What blows my mind, though, is why is Perfect Game? Like, is Perfect Game owned by one of these other companies? Because Perfect Game was the big one. Now, when you go to their website, I'm pretty sure they don't offer cheats anymore for Destiny 2. So maybe, and we made this video way back when Perfect Game was shutting down Destiny 2 cheats, but maybe that was like Bungie being like, yo, shut this down or you're about to get sued to hell and back. And it seems like these other cheaters were like, yo, bring it on. And it's been brought. And that's a lot of money. Now, as a final note here from Bungie, I know it was a pretty light TWAB this week. They tend to slim down a bit deeper into the season. We did want to point out a great behind the scenes exploration of how our audio team designs all the sounds that you find out in the world of Destiny. Go give it a read. And if you haven't already, let us know what you think. We are hoping to take a few of these deeper dives into various teams at Bungie in the future. Have a great Friday tomorrow and a great weekend. Love, Cosmo. All right, guys, that's your TWAB. Let me know in the comments below what you think. By the way, for those that are wondering, Cross, I thought you were going to quit PvP because of Airborne Effectiveness. I was, until I found the counter to Airborne Effectiveness. I'll give you a hint. It looks like a toaster. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.